Overseas authorities have moved in, leaving shockwaves in South Africa's political scene and putting the country's ruling party in disarray. A number of top officials of the African National Congress, ANC, have been reportedly arrested as part of a sweeping international crackdown on corruption, money laundering, and cross-border financial flows. The crackdown, which was codenamed Cross-Border Cleanup, was carried out in several countries including Switzerland, Dubai, and the UK. It specifically targeted financial networks alleged to have channeled millions of rand into offshore accounts. The news hit the headlines early Sunday morning, and by dawn South Africans were awakened to one of the most dramatic political scandals in recent times. As day broke, major local and international media carried the story, and within hours social media flared with anger and speculation. Hashtags such as #ANC exposed, #Ramaphosa in trouble, and #bring them home began trending across South Africa as citizens demanded answers and accountability. Several online users expressed disbelief, pointing out that while domestic institutions had consistently failed to hold powerful politicians accountable, it was now foreign governments making bold moves against corruption. "It's embarrassing that outsiders are the ones cleaning up our mess," one user posted, echoing the frustration of many. Although the names of the detained officials have not been officially released due to ongoing investigations, rumors within diplomatic and business circles suggest that the detainees are far from minor players. They are said to be close allies of ANC leadership figures implicated in siphoning criminal money through sophisticated foreign banking networks. "This is not about petty crime or low-level corruption," a top investigator said anonymously. "We are confronted with an advanced web of political insiders who have bribed and moved enormous amounts of money for decades. Some of these individuals are linked directly to huge government contracts and state-owned corporations." For President Cyril Ramaphosa, the timing could not have been worse. Already under pressure from internal factional conflicts within the ANC, plummeting public trust, and growing opposition from rival parties, the arrests have placed him squarely in the firing line. Opposition leaders wasted no time responding. Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema made scathing remarks, declaring, "The ANC has become an international embarrassment. Foreign governments are now doing what our justice system failed to do. Ramaphosa must own up and tell the nation how long he's known about these crimes and why he's protected the thieves who wrecked this nation." The Democratic Alliance, DA, echoed the sentiment, issuing a statement demanding that Ramaphosa immediately suspend any implicated officials and fully cooperate with global investigators. Sources within the presidency revealed that the president spent most of the night in consecutive emergency meetings with advisors and top-level cabinet members. Reports indicate he was furious that the situation had spiraled out of control and was intent on halting further embarrassment. Yet attempts to downplay the arrests as isolated incidents unconnected to his administration have proven ineffective, as public anger continues to grow by the hour. At Luthuli House, the ANC headquarters, the atmosphere has been described as one of panic and chaos. Senior members reportedly held multiple crisis meetings soon after the arrests, with shouting matches erupting behind closed doors. Some were seen rushing out of the building, avoiding journalists stationed outside. "It was mayhem," one insider said. Everyone was stunned. Phones were ringing non-stop, and no one wanted to take responsibility. The fear is well-founded, for everyone knows this is not just about those arrested, it's about the entire system that allowed such corruption to thrive. The scandal poses a particular danger for Ramaphosa because it carries international implications. Unlike domestic scandals that can be managed through internal probes or political maneuvering, this one involves foreign courts, intelligence agencies, and cross-border banking records that cannot easily be suppressed or manipulated. Experts warn that South Africa may soon face extradition orders, subpoenas, and the release of incriminating information against senior officials. Some even speculate that Ramaphosa himself might be called by foreign states to give testimony or official accounts. A veteran prosecutor experienced in international corruption cases told journalists, "This is the beginning of a long and ugly process." Foreign authorities will not be swayed by ANC pressure. If Ramaphosa is directly implicated or if evidence shows his government turned a blind eye, this could mark the end of his presidency. For ordinary South Africans, the scandal is both infuriating and oddly vindicating. For years, citizens have complained about state capture, cronyism, and the looting of public funds while poverty, unemployment, and load shedding worsened. "We've been talking about corruption for years," said a Johannesburg resident. "Now it's finally catching up with them, even if it's not our own government doing the catching." Popular demonstrations are already being organized in major cities, with civil society groups demanding that Ramaphosa confront the allegations directly. Opposition parties are calling for emergency parliamentary sessions to discuss the crisis and determine the government's involvement. Meanwhile, insiders at the presidency admit that any forthcoming statement will do little to repair the damage already done. The ANC's reputation, once synonymous with liberation and moral leadership, is now heavily tarnished in the eyes of most South Africans. Adding to the turmoil, reports indicate that foreign investigators are accelerating their efforts. More arrests are expected, and insiders suggest that even higher-ranking ANC figures could soon be implicated. Global financial monitors are collaborating with major European and Middle Eastern banks to trace funds linked to the corruption network. Experts believe that as more evidence surfaces, the scandal's impact could extend beyond South Africa's borders, ensnaring international business partners and political allies. The international community has reacted swiftly and sharply. Several countries have issued official statements condemning South Africa's deep-rooted corruption and demanding transparency and cooperation with the investigation. Economists warn that the fallout could be severe, potentially deterring foreign investment and harming trade relations amid declining confidence in South Africa's governance. Within the ANC, divisions are deepening. Some members argue that the scandal represents a politically motivated effort by foreign powers to undermine South Africa's sovereignty, while others see it as overdue accountability. "We can't keep blaming foreigners," one ANC veteran reportedly said during a fiery internal meeting. "We did this to ourselves, through our greed and arrogance." As the dust begins to settle, one truth is undeniable, that the ANC's internal crises have become international. A party that once symbolized hope and freedom is now synonymous with scandal and corruption. For President Ramaphosa, who rose to power on promises of transparency and renewal, the irony is striking. His presidency, already battered by controversy, may now face its ultimate test.